Chase Lehocky with the blue futon, and I saw IMAX 3D Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Is this a straight madness movie, or is it more of a, we're pretty in tame territory right now? Let's find out. So Doctor Strange 2, what's it about? Very simple premise. It is now Doctor Strange, Wanda, multiverses, America Chavez. We get some cameos. We get some new characters. Is it worth your time? So if you saw my first reaction, I do have issues with this movie. Overall, I think it's a good movie, but I have some glaring issues with the movie. So with that, we will go with the negatives of the movie first. The actual character of America Chavez. I just think she's a placeholder. She's a placeholder for diversity, for an agenda, and just to have a quota box checked off. We're like, oh, we need this checked, we need this checked, with this checked. And with this one character, we could have a flag pin right here. We could have something with her mom, parents, and then we could do something with Spanish dialogue that literally has nothing to do with the story. Like I was saying with Ambulance, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and now this. Two of them don't do it. One of them does. Everything Everywhere All at Once puts the agenda in the center, but the agenda makes the story go. Here, it is just there to be there. The flag pin has absolutely nothing to do with the story. It's fucking pathetic. They just put a fake flag in the movie to have an agenda. The two moms things, okay, whatever. It's still an agenda thing that doesn't advance the story because half the time throughout the story, they go parents, 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 not mothers, mothers, mothers. And then the Spanish dialogue. You open the movie with people speaking Spanish for maybe 5 seconds, and then another scene in a pizza scene about, why doesn't Doctor Strange speak Spanish? You're like, that has nothing to do with advancing the story. It completely understands if you're in a different multitude. Oh shit, we landed in Mexico and Juarez, and we need her to speak Spanish so Doctor Strange can get to point A to point B. That advances storytelling because at that point you're in a different country and you need to speak Spanish. Or if you're in Spain, if you're in, Marone, Spain or something like that, and like, oh shit, I need Antonio Banderas to speak Spanish because he's from Spain. He's not in this movie. But that reason, she is in there as a placeholder, and it's very, very on the nose, very glaring, and it actually bothered me more than I thought. Just because her character, I didn't really care what happened to her, and that's the other issue. She's in it for just like nitpicking here, 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 and yeah, we have to save the girl, but overall, you're just like, okay, the end. I don't care. What happened to her parents? What happened here? What happened here? It doesn't explain everything. Like I said, it just was a check off, check mark, check box character, and that really bothered me. But what didn't bother me, Sam Raimi's directing, the story, and what they decided to do with Wanda and Doctor Strange. Even though I just watched Doctor Strange, the first one, the person that helped Doctor Strange get, I forget his name, Mr. Ejiofor, I'm saying his last name completely wrong. Here, they just kind of almost forget that storyline in the original Doctor Strange and going here. Yes, they kind of nitpick it when they're at a different multiverse, but that whole storyline of like him trying to get rid of and kill all the sorcerers kind of disappears, and you're like, are we going to continue it now? Or are we going to continue it with the third story? Which the third story, you're like, okay, there's a cameo in the post-credit scene. You're like, I don't know that character. And that's just me saying that this story can be now convoluted with adding so much characters in it. You're just like, I don't know where we're going. I don't know how many random characters we're pulling out of the box at this moment. So I'm like, I don't know where we're going with this. But with the actual story, the camera work, the cinematography, and the acting by Rachel McAdams, by Elizabeth Olsen, by Benedict Cumberbatch, I completely bought it, and I really enjoyed that style of acting and where the story decided to go. It is different. This is probably the most different Marvel movie I've ever seen. People might go with Eternals or something like that, but I do think this one is the most different, bar none. Expect almost the Evil Dead thing, because this has to do with a lot of books with sorcery, so very much Evil Dead-esque, as well as Drag Me to Hell. A lot of cam work. Expect that Sam Raimi crazy, fishbowl style moving and going really just chaotic in, out style. So if you like that style of filmmaking, you're going to like this movie. Expect that. I wouldn't call this a horror movie. Some people are saying, oh, it's a horror movie. I say it's a movie with horror elements, because there are some brutal kills in this movie when it deals with going to another multiverse, dealing with cameos and everything like that, which of course when one cameo came on the screen, everyone was like kind of like woo in the theater because like everyone kind of knew it was gonna happen, but it wasn't like, oh fucking shit, this is crazy. But with the cameos, I do like what they did with changing some of the characters. So that's all I'm gonna say there. I think it was fun with what they decided to do with some of them, and I'm more intrigued with this Illuminati, you know, multiverse type of people. But overall, I do think this movie works as a whole. It's very different though. I am curious what the movie would have looked like with Scott, the original director of Doctor Strange. I wonder if he would have gone more into the grounded horror elements. Because like I said, this was very much more Evil Dead, very much Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi's type of horror element in it when he was directing. Not really producing, because he's producing some weird stuff like Oma and The Grudge, and those weren't really that good of movies. But when he's directing behind the camera, expect that to be here. Now, when I deal with the 3D works extremely well in this movie because that's how Sam Raimi directs the movies. Sam Raimi does a lot of in-outs type of filmmaking, and that works with 3D dimensions and going from point A to point B and seeing what is happening. But overall, I think Doctor Strange and the madness, there is some madness to it, but don't expect like madness to the fucking degree. And like I said, some of the characters like America Chavez, I might be the outlier. I thought it was a placeholder of checking boxes, and it really, really bothered me. But overall, expect something different. I do recommend this movie to get other people's opinions to see if I'm in the wrong. But overall, it is worth it. Is it better than the first one? It's hard to say because unlike, I go from Thor 1 to Thor 2 and the really strange Thor 3, you could kind of give a, I like Thor 1 better for this or Thor 2 better for this because it's kind of the same movie. Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange 2 are not the same movie at all. So comparing them is extremely hard, and that's all I'm going to say. So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futon. It goes at 70%. So the Critics' News scores give this one. So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness I received a 78% with the critics, 217 of them. Audience score a 90% with over 500. Here's critic consensus. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness wavers under the weight of the sprawling MCU, but Sam Raimi's distinctive direction casts an enlightening spell. I do have to agree. I do think this is very convoluted. They're adding a lot of stuff. They're just going so much into it. And overall, I do think that it is a good movie, but expect different. So do you agree with my 70%, the 78, or the 90? Chase out with the Boo Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Booftopia. You Booftonians, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And let me know, are you going to see it in IMAX 3D? Yes, no, maybe so. But hey, let me know.